Hello, I am Khaled. I escaped from desert, but something followed me. Listen carefully. This is my last story.
Some voices don't belong to this world, and some calls should never be answered. This is a true story that took place in the summer of 2003 in a small village hidden between the mountains, isolated, silent, and home to something unexplainable. The beginning 17-year-old Sarah lived with her grandmother in an old house on the edge of the village. The nights there were pitch black, with only the moonlight cutting through the darkness and the wind whispering through the trees. One night, as Sode lay in bed, she heard something strange. It wasn't the wind this time. It was a voice. A whisper, soft yet chilling, calling her name from outside her window.
Sarah. Sarah.
She froze. Her heart pounded in her chest. The voice was low, almost gentle, but there was something wrong about it. Gathering her courage, she peeked out the window. There was no one there. The fear grows the next night. It happened again. Same voice, same eerie tone. But this time, it was closer. Sarah opened the door. Her stomach twisted. She knew no one should be out at this hour. The next morning, she told her grandmother. But instead of brushing it off, the old woman's face went pale. With a trembling voice, she said, "Never open the door, never answer the call. Just close your eyes and pretend you didn't hear it." A cold shiver ran down Sode's spine. That night, at exactly midnight, the whispers returned. But this time, they weren't alone. The terror begins. A new sound filled the air. Knocking. Soft at first, then harder and harder until the whole door shook with every strike. She wanted to scream, wanted to run, but she couldn't move. And then she looked. She shouldn't have looked. At the door stood a tall, unnatural shadow. It wasn't human. It was too tall, its limbs too long, moving like liquid darkness. No face, just a gaping mouth, whispering her name over and over again.
Sarah. Sarah.
She couldn't breathe. She couldn't think. And then, silence. The knocking stopped. The whispers faded. But on the wooden door, 5 black handprints remained, burned into the surface. The unanswered mystery by morning, the marks had vanished. Sode never spoke of that night again. She never asked her grandmother for answers. But deep down, she understood. Something lived in that village. Something that should never be seen. And before she left forever, she overheard her grandmother whisper a final warning. They come for those who listen. For those who open the door. From that night on, no matter where she went, Sode never answered a voice calling her name in the dark.